Hey, how are you? Okay, I'm gonna play with makeup. Why? Because it's getting really close to my Project Pan update, and I want to put some more mileage on these products. I've already got my face moisturized and everything, and ready for makeup. You guys, I have something planned. I can't talk about it right now because it seems like whenever I get an original idea, somebody joins in. So I'm waiting on that one. This was Master Prime by Maybelline. Okay. I'm going to prime my eyes with CoverGirl coverage. Lid lock up. I always forget this stuff. Are you guys ready for Valentine's Day? We really don't celebrate it here. Two reasons. One, my mom and dad were married on Valentine's Day, and it wasn't really a good marriage. I mean, I truly believe in my heart my mom loved my dad, and I believe my dad loved my mom. However, he was an asshole. And then you don't come at me and say, "Oh my God, you can't talk about your dad like that." I can, because he was a wife beater and a child beater, and the best thing that ever happened to my family was him dying. I know it's a horrible thing to say, but it's true. After my father passed away, my father would not let my mother learn to drive. He would not let her go to work. Her job was to cater to his needs and take care of his children. Not their children, his. That's how he referred to us. So, and because of him, my mom was alienated from her own family, pretty much disowned, because my mom actually left my father before I was born. And my uncle Jack hid my mom and my older sisters and brothers from my father. Um, and he did a real good job, because my father would try to find my mom, and she couldn't. She couldn't figure out where my Uncle Jack had put him, or where they were. You know? He figured that she was staying with either one of her sisters and their family, or with him. And or the family would be visiting her and the kids. So he would stake out my aunts and uncles' houses and follow them. He would pick somebody, follow them, and hope that they would lead to where my mom was. He never could find them. So he went to my grandma and my grandpa's house. And he said, she's hiding from me. She's taken my kids and she's hiding from me. You tell her to bring my kids back to me, or else I'm going to come here and kill you. Now, today, he would have wound up in prison for it, or in jail with a restraining order. But this was before. This was like in the early 60s, before the burning bed. And if you don't know what the burning bed is, it's a story about a woman who, Farrah Fawcett played her, who killed her husband because of years of abuse. And her defense was, because the reason she killed him was because he was abusing her for years, and the only way out she saw was to kill him, because nobody would help her. It was a really good made-for-TV movie, and it really opened up a lot of doors to battered and abused women. So, my grandparents told my mom what he had said. And my mom was like, okay, see you later. And she went back to him. And I'm sure she got beat when she did. And my Uncle Jack found out that she had gone back to him, and he disowned her. He said, you picked him over your family. Don't come back. Stay away. And it was like she couldn't go back anyway because he wouldn't let her. So that happened in, well, not the early 60s, probably the mid 60s. No, it was the early 60s because I wasn't around yet. And I was born in 66. So my father died in 71. And I'm getting ready to do my project pan. And my mom hadn't had a job since she was a teenager. She didn't know how to drive. So, first thing she did was start practicing shorthand and typing. That's all she did before she married my dad. And she was planning on going back to work as like a typist or, a secretary. And she learned how to drive a boat. My dad's old van was a delivery van. What am I doing? And she learned to drive it. and she got a job with an insurance company, and the guy didn't want to hire her. And she had gone on a lot of interviews. Nobody wanted to hire her. She hadn't worked in, you know, over 10 years. She had 8 kids. So you know she was going to be taking off work. And the guy said, "No, I don't think we're going to go with you." And she's like, "Okay, all right." And then she fell down on her knees and she begged him, crying, "Please, no one will help me. I need to prove myself." And he hired her. As a typist. And then the weirdest thing happened. She became his personal secretary. And she stayed with him until the 80s, I think. And he sold his insurance firm to a California company, and they were going to move it down to California. And he was still going to he was still going to work for the company. So he's like, "If you come to California, I'll help you sell your house up here. I'll give you a pay raise, and you will be well off down there. I will make that happen." And she turned it down because her family wasn't down there. And I never knew this until after I graduated high school. So a good 5 years later, after she worked with him, she got a job at Western Union. Hold on. And she worked there until she retired. But she never told, well, me. I don't know if she never told my sisters or brothers, but she never told me about this. And my great aunt had passed away. And a lot of things happened on that trip. We were talking about the past. I was like, why are we originally from Perryville, Missouri? And I learned a lot of history on that trip. About my family. But she didn't do it because she knew I would get in trouble. I was like driving down the highway. It was like a 3 or 4 hour trip. And she tells me this. And I'm like, what? I could have been a California girl? Are you kidding me? And she's like, you got into enough trouble up in St. Louis. I was not going to go to California. It's like, bummer, man. But she was right to do that because I would have gotten into a lot of trouble in the 80s. I think it was called Tiger Beat magazine. And they always had contest giveaways. Even back then, I was a contest girl. And they were giving away a meet and greet 3-day experience with Van Halen. Eddie. And I entered that about 300 times. I had taken my savings and I bought stamps, I bought postcards, and I was determined to win. I didn't. But my mom was like, "What are you doing?" And I told her, because I was doing this every day when I should have been doing homework. And she's like, "Oh my God." I think I was like 16, 17. And she goes, "You're going to get into trouble if you win that." And I go, "I'm going to come back with the disease if I win that." And she was just like, it was right about the time when they were having sexual education in my school. And it was a Catholic school. And they showed us all kinds of weird stuff in that class. I was like, should we be looking at this? I mean, body parts. Everything. Things you can't get out of your mind. So that's why. What was I talking about? I was talking about my dad beating my mother. Okay. So that's why, it would have been a good thing. And that why we don't celebrate really Valentine's Day. I put candy hearts on my mom and my sister's grave. And also, my sister passed away on that day. And that was the first thing that my mom said after my sister passed away. She asked my other sister, "What's today's date?" And Barb told her, not really knowing the significance. I didn't know back then. That's when I realized, oh, that's when you guys got married. And my mom said, he got me. He finally got me. And what are you talking about? She blamed it on my father that my sister passed. I need to put this on. Well, no, I'll do this. So, I know it's craziness, but we don't celebrate Valentine's Day. If anything, we celebrate my sister and my mom. That's what we do, though, in my family. Um, we're born and we die on anniversaries. I was born on my sister's and brother's birthday. They're twins. I was born on their birthday only 4 years later. My father was born and died on his birthday. He was born on the same day he died. And it was Father's Day when he died. My niece, my sister's who passed away's first daughter, was born on my father's birthday. My aunt and uncle and their son died on Thanksgiving. My uncle died the day before, and my aunt died the day after. It's crazy. My great aunt Florence, my great uncle Harvey passed away, and my aunt Florence, my great aunt, took him down to Florida because that's where his family was. That's where they wanted him to be buried. She went down with one of our cousins, cousin Rita, and my aunt Florence, who was about 20 years older than Rita, woke up and said, "Okay, I'm gonna go take a shower. Then it's your turn." You know, kind of nudged her and woke her up. She thought. She comes out of the shower and she's still in bed. And she's like, "Okay, I'm making the coffee. Get up. You have to get up." And she didn't get up. Rita passed away the day our Uncle Harvey died. Or the day our Uncle Harvey's funeral. Crazy. What else? What else? All that snow we had last week is gone because of the rain. It's like it was there and then now it's gone. I don't know where I got this brush. I like it because it's a light touch. It doesn't leave marks. Chin. 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 Okay, I'm using this. Why? Because it's in my project pan and I want to get rid of it. I never used this brush before either. It's very cute. Okay. This is the Physicians Formula highlighter. I've been using for a while, but I never really pull this one. I always go for my Ofra. Oh, I love my pillow talk. And really, I should have put my pillow talk in this project pan, but I always pull it. I always go for it. Okay. This is not in my project pan. Where is it? No. Oh, here it is. It's Bare Minerals. It's really dark. But I didn't feel like it would go with the eyes. Okay, I'm going to do something else, but I'm going to put you on hold. So stay there. Don't worry, it'll feel like a second. Okay, what do you think? Do I look okay? I was just playing around. I wanted to do something. I never get to do this anymore. I used to do things like this and go to work all the time. I haven't. I'm thinking seriously about going back and getting bangs. But I've lost so much hair from when I was sick. But it was fun. Okay, this is my look. What do you think? Did I do okay? A little glowy, a little glammy. Alright, you guys, thanks for putting up with me. I appreciate it. I'm going to do my empties video next. See ya!